Hey y'all, this is Ann from ducttapeanddenim.com. We are going to be painting some fall signs today. These two right here, Thankful and Grateful. Thanks for watching replay later for those of you who are coming in later. And I'm not going to actually show you from start to finish because I got carried away and painted almost all of my boards. Actually, I did paint all my boards except the ones that are going to be stained. So let me show you. I just started with this. It's a 1x4. My husband cut them and sanded them for me. So he's over at the other end of the table. He's going to be staining these. So we're going to make some stained signs with these. But that's the same thing that these were. And I had seen some signs, that had like jute tied around one end. And I thought about doing that, but then I thought I want to make them a little extra special. So I found these wood trims at Hobby Lobby. So I see some people joining us. When you come in, can you say hi? Let me know where you're watching from, and share this with anybody that you think would like to make some fall signs. It's actually a little bit cooler today, kind of making me feel like I'm getting ready for fall. I'm ready to pull out my fall stuff. But I saw these at Hobby Lobby, and I bought them just because I thought they were really pretty, and I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do with them. But they turned out to be just what these little signs needed, I think. So I kind of like how it turned out. Hey Rhonda, how are you? And so I cut them. Let me show you here. This is the one we're going to work on this morning. And like I said, I got carried away and I already painted it. It's just a 1x4 board with one coat. This is that new Dixie Belle, it's Holy Guacamole that I got a couple of weeks ago. I won this, so I was excited because I love green and I actually love avocados. So I thought, these paint colors today are making me hungry because we're painting with Holy Guacamole and we're going to stencil it with chocolate. So these are our two paint colors for today. So I already painted that with one coat, and this is what the little trim looks like when I cut it down. And, ooh, where'd my wood glue go? I just, oops, it doesn't have a lid on it, so I hope it didn't dry up. I just used some wood glue that I had upstairs. Let me see. Oh, great. I am gonna just pop the lid open because it just dried up in the tip because I lost my lid to that, I think. So have y'all made any fall signs yet or put up any fall decorations? I know it's still a little early, but it's getting there. I try to wait till the first week of September. So I'm just going to paint this on with an old paintbrush. Oops. So it's pretty easy. And I cut this trim with a little hand saw. My husband cut these with a power saw. But for the little tiny trim, it was okay to do with a hand saw. And I am painting today on my dining table because these paints don't have any smell, so I don't mind painting. So I just eyeballed it, kind of. I'm not measuring or anything. Hey Tammy. So stick that on. That's not going to take very long. I've got glue all over. That's not going to take very long to dry, but while that dries, I'm going to go ahead and stencil. I have two stencils today from Stencil Revolution. You can find those at ducttapeanddenim.com/stencil revolution. I have a grateful and I have a thankful. So, which one do you think I should do today? Grateful or thankful? Let me know in the comments which one you think I should do. And meanwhile, I'm going to shake up my chocolate paint. And my husband's at the other end of the table shaking up the stain to stain the rest of the wood for signs. And I'm going to just take a spatula, a palette knife, and scoop out a little chocolate paint. Ooh, look at that. Let me get a close-up of the chocolate paint. It looks like pudding.
It does. Look at this.
Oh yeah, he's using gel stain. The gel stain. And the gel stain color is called coffee, so it's like we're painting with food today.
It doesn't smell like coffee.
It doesn't smell like coffee. Yeah, the stain has a smell to it. But the paint doesn't smell at all. So if you're painting inside on your dining table. Okay, we have 1 vote for thankful and 1 vote for grateful. So, somebody want to break the tie? Grateful or thankful? Here's the 2 choices. Grateful, thankful. And I'm going to take my really old stencil brush. Oh great, and now the yard guys are outside. I didn't think about that either. So sorry, there's just a lot of noise going on today. You can tell it's really old. It's like from the 90s, that mauve color. Okay, I see another vote for thankful, so we're going with thankful. Well, maybe we'll do grateful on another one. But if you get a new, a really good paintbrush, they will last for a long time. And the most important thing to do when you're stenciling is to make sure you don't have too much paint on there. And a few different ways. I sometimes spray the back with spray adhesive and let it dry for about 5 minutes, and that will make it like repositionable. You can stick it down and then pull it up when you're done. But I think on one this size, I think I'll be able to hold it without moving it around too much. So I'm going to get a little paint on my brush, and then I'm going to kind of work it out. So see, it's really dry and there's not much paint on there. Okay? And I am just going to figure out exactly where I want it. And like with all the other paint projects, if it turns out bad, if I mess it up, it's just paint. I can just paint over it. And notice I'm pouncing it, I'm not rubbing it in because it's not stuck and I don't want paint to get down underneath the stencil. Okay, now I see people voting for grateful, so I might do grateful here on this other piece of wood that I have. So I do one coat kind of light, and then I may go back and do a little more. And it just depends on how dark you want it, if you want it completely filled in or if you want it a little rustic looking. And sometimes I use my washi tape to hold it down, but especially since it has this trim there, I'm kind of just push it up against the trim and it didn't move very much. So I don't think it moved. Let's see. There it goes. Pretty good. I like it. And I would have painted that first, but like I said, I got carried away and painted stuff out of order. So that's what it looks like. Hey Lacey, how are you? Hey, we're gonna have another craft day at my house pretty soon. Maybe next week, I'll let you know. All right, so since this is pretty dry, it takes a while for it to completely dry, but see, it's dry enough it's not gonna fall off. I'm gonna go ahead and use the guacamole paint. This is Glenn's favorite.
Yuck.
Oh, he does not like avocados. But isn't this color gorgeous? Does that look like guacamole? And I'm gonna take my, this is a cool brush. I think it's called Zibra, Z-I-B-R-A. But it's like a square brush for trim, and it's perfect for little projects. And this thing holds a lot of paint. So I don't need a whole lot because all I'm doing is covering this little area down here. And I might go back and touch that up because I think I scraped the paint off of that.
It's okay.
Yeah, you may want to wipe it off a little bit more. Okay, so I think one coat's going to be fine on that. Make sure you get the ends. And then I'm going to go back and touch up the little pieces that I scraped off earlier. All right. There you go. That was that. So pretty easy so far, don't you think? All right, now the next step, because let me show you the finished signs. And I don't know if you can see the detail. I'm gonna use this first. See the detail in this one. Can you see I glazed it? So it's got some dark on there, but before I put that on, I did some one-step crackle. So you can see a little tiny crackle. Oh, you can see it pretty good right in there, but they are pretty small. So I used this one-step crackle paint that I think I also put in my Amazon shop. So you can find that at ducktapeindenim.com/Amazon. And you just brush it on there, and then you let it dry for 2 to 4 hours, and it will make these little crackles. And if you put it on thicker, you get thicker crackles, and if you put it on thin, you get these little teeny tiny crackles, which is kind of what I wanted for this sign. And let's see if you can see them on here on the white sign. Okay, yeah, you can see them down here on this end, pretty good. So after I did the crackle finish, left it on there for probably 4 hours, got it really dry, and then I came back with, I mixed some glazing medium with the chocolate paint and brushed it over and wiped it off, and that was it. So let me see, I'm not going to be able to do it on this one because this has to completely dry first, and then I have to put the crackle medium on and let that dry for 2 to 4 hours. And like I said, I got a little carried away and didn't leave enough samples. So, but what I could do grateful on here. It won't fit that way, but it would fit that way. Or I could show you my other fall signs that I made. Pumpkins. Let me show you the pumpkins. Here, I think I'll just go ahead and show you these, because let me know if you want me to show you how to paint these, and we could do these next week. Because I did these the same way. I painted the pumpkin, and then I came back with the glazing medium. I'm sorry, with the crackle, one-step crackle first, and got a lot of crackle in there, and then I glazed it. And I did this one, these two here, with the guacamole and the chocolate paints. So y'all let me know if you want me to do paint some pumpkins live next week, and I will do those. And the finish is kind of the same way. And then on the back, I'm not sure if we're just going to put little hangers or if we're going to just leave them for like little shelf sitters, or put them on, you know, just little ones that you can lean up on a shelf, not hang on the wall, because they're so tiny. All right, so that is it for today. Do y'all have any questions or want to see how to do the pumpkin? Let me know in the comments. I'll come back next week, and I would love it if you would share this video with anybody that you know that likes to paint. Wait, let's see. Does Rhonda have a question? Okay, Rhonda wants to see how to paint the pumpkins. Okay, we'll have to cut some more signs. And I'll show you how to paint pumpkins next week. I'm thinking, is there anything I could paint them on right now?
Please.
Well, those are not ready to be painted. I can kind of give you a little idea because I already have the 2 colors of paint right here. I'll give you an idea here on this piece of paper. Whoa! Sorry, can y'all hear our lawn guys? They are like right outside the door. We're in a condo, so we can't really control when they come, what time they come. So here's the guacamole paint. I'm going to scoop a little bit of that out. So now I have guacamole and chocolate. Can you see those two colors? Hey y'all, while we were visiting our daughter in Asia, we went to this place and they had all these different kind of smoothies, and they had an avocado smoothie, and I ordered one and it came with chocolate sauce. I think I would have liked it better without the chocolate. But all right, I need a little bit of medium for this. Let me see if I have it. Maybe I'll just use the glazing medium. I think this will work. So I'm using glazing medium to make the paint flow even smoother. Get that on my brush. And I'll put guacamole on one side, chocolate on the other side. And then just back and forth on my brush like that. I usually kind of just sketch out a little bit of a pumpkin shape like that. And then I do the brown on the outside. Does that make sense? And ooh, I need more. You know what, let me get some water. Because I need this paint to flow a little smoother. And get more on my brush. I'm using watercolor paint, so this watercolor paint is soaking it up a lot more than the wood would. And then just kind of fade it in like that. You know what, am I even in the screen? Probably not, sorry. Can y'all see that? And then just kind of fill in with green all the way over. And you want streaks, because you know when you see a pumpkin, it's not like one perfectly solid color all the way across. And then you start where the next little ridge would come and go there. Fade that in to the next one. And you just keep going. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the outside on this side. Yeah, it's working better with more water on this watercolor paper. And then follow the next little ridge there. And now you're back to the center. And whatever colors you want, like if you want an orange pumpkin, you just do like 2 colors of orange, red orange, or darker orange and a lighter orange. I kind of like green pumpkins. I like all the odd shaped pumpkins. Yeah, Glenn said I like ugly pumpkins.
I like smashing pumpkins.
All right. So there's your pumpkin. And then you come back with more chocolate. And I don't wash my brush out in between, but I need a little more chocolate. Right? Doesn't everybody need more chocolate? So I still have a little bit of green on my brush, and I'm gonna stick it in the chocolate though, and figure out where I want my stem. And just make it kind of stem shape. That's very technical, right? And you may want to come back with a little bit of green and make some highlights in there. And then I like to come back at the end and make the little top. Make it just a little bit more green in there. So, there is your pumpkin. And I think it's easier on wood than on this watercolor paper. And then from there, on these signs, I did the crackle, one-step crackle. Looks like this. You can find all of these supplies except for the guacamole and chocolate paint in my Amazon shop. It's ducttapeanddenim.com/Amazon. Do the crackle over that. Wait for 2 to 4 hours. I waited 4 hours so it'd be really dry. And then I glazed it. And to glaze it, you just take the glazing medium and a little bit of the chocolate paint, or you could use like a burnt sienna or any kind of brown or dark, or you could use black even. Mix it in with this and then just brush it on and wipe it off. The glazing medium will let it, will keep it from drying out so you have more working time. All right, if y'all have any more questions, and if you're watching later, you can still ask questions. I'll come back and watch later. I'd love it if you'd share this video with any friends that you have that like painting and making fall decorations. And we'll come back next week with some more projects. Y'all have a good weekend. I'll talk to you later. Bye.